Hi! Today our reading comes from Psalms, a psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. O God, you are my God. I shall seek you earnestly. My soul thirsts for you. My flesh yearns for you, in a dry and weary land where there is no water. I stretch out my hands to you. My soul longs for you as a parched land. Selah. When I was a kid, I remember the pastor reading these passages and my snarky self thinking, wow, what a drama queen. In my spiritual immaturity, I could not comprehend or relate with that kind of longing. I longed for things like freedom from my parents, the new Blizzard flavor, or maybe a date with that cutie I saw when I was cruising El Dorado. But longing for God, with my whole soul, like a water-starved land? Yeah, no. So how do you describe longing? What does it really mean? Dictionary.com defines longing as a strong, persistent desire or craving, especially for something unattainable or distant. Yeah, that doesn't really help much either. That still makes it sound like a much-needed ice cream run. How do you describe soul-deep longing? I think some of us who have been sheltered in place for almost 6 weeks could describe longing. Only we call it, I miss. Oh man, the things I miss. I miss philosophical and theological conversations with my Sunday school class. I miss silly shenanigans with my youth group kids. Like the one time when Ethan got launched 3 or 4 feet high off the ground in an epic air mattress flop executed by 2 bigger boys. That was hilarious. I miss my Sunday hugs from Mary Ann, Marty, and Sonia. I miss looking at Rosie in the eye and holding her hands in mine as she tells me all about her family. I miss Janet coming into the office and asking what ministry need or family she can pray for this week, then her grabbing my hands with a purpose to pray right now, this second, let's do it together. I miss Emmy's squeaky shoes as she runs through the church, excited to come tell me about some newly acquired pink item. I miss lunchtime with my besties, laughing, planning, doing life and ministry together. Even though you may not know these people, you can understand that kind of longing. So how did the psalmist get that soul-deep longing for God? For the longest time, I didn't understand. I mean, my preachers would talk about spending time reading the Bible and impress upon the importance of prayer. But when I heard that, there wasn't a joy or excitement. Nowhere inside of me was I yelling, yes, Bible study, or woohoo, let's sit quietly and pray, dear Heavenly Father. It felt like I'd been assigned homework or tasks for a to-do list. It really felt like that last part of that definition, unattainable or distant, but without the desire for it. So what changed? It wasn't until I did life with God that I began to understand that longing. It wasn't until I had someone explain that each of us has been uniquely gifted to connect to God in different ways. You may be asking, what in the world does that mean? Well, that means that some of us are built to ask big theological questions and research Greek and Hebrew words until the middle of the night and find joy in it. Some of us are built to be in card and prayer ministries where you meet with one another, sign cards of encouragement and celebration, and pray over them before you send them out. Some of us are built to spend time in greenhouses and community gardens, growing food for others, working and praying over the task. All of us are built in some personal way to connect, for our lives to center around God and the journey we are on together. Those Sunday morning hugs that I miss so much from the Hug Brigade, those came after lots of time spent together over VBS projects, worshiping together on Sundays, working side by side at potlucks and other various moments in life together. If one of them had pulled me aside for a big hug as soon as I walked in the door, I'm a hugger, but that's awkward even for me. So why would we expect it to be any less awkward or maybe even any less hard as we figure out our unique personal connection point with God? It wasn't until I spent a lot of time with God and His people that I felt that emotional connection, the desire and the longing to settle into His presence, just like those warm hugs. It wasn't until I figured out how much I love understanding the history and the culture of the Bible, until I could spend hours upon hours digging into the Bible. And then, just like those deep conversations that I miss, I long to talk to God about what I found there, to ask Him questions, even to debate and argue with Him over what I didn't understand, or let's be honest, what I didn't like. And while God doesn't have squeaky shoes like Emmy, the more time I spend with Him, the more I begin to see and hear Him coming, excited, expectant, ready to reveal the idea or plan He has for me. If you are still struggling to find your uniquely gifted way to connect to God, that's okay. Be adventurous. Try new things. Ask yourself, what do I enjoy doing, or what talent do I have that can be used for God? Start there. Once you take that first step, take that second step and connect with other followers with similar interests. Grow together. Join a life group together. Pray together. Pray for each other. Bring God into the center of your life and discover that just maybe that psalmist wasn't such a drama queen after all.